They love it on Nebula. They're wild about it on Taurinus. Even on Motus, where they don't like anything at all, they eat it up.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show, starring Bob Lutz.
I got tremendous pleasure from watching Dexter over the years. I don't know why you want to knock it.
Jeff Lutz.
I killed a guy in his sleep last
What is he, Bob Huggins? The only thing you offer this show
I hated the voiceovers.
is your 19 impersonations that sound the same.
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Strap yourself in and feel.
All right, we are back. It is hour number 2, the Bob and Jeff Show, KFH Radio. Bob Lutz, Jeff Lutz, your guest, your co-host. We're going to take a guest caller, to give us a call at 869-1240 and win some tickets to see Charlie Barron's at the Orpheum Theater. When is that show, Jeff?
I don't know, and this game's over. So good call on Texas.
Well, I mean,
Evan Carter, who
blind squirrel, right? I mean,
pretty much, yeah. Evan Carter, who came through Wichita not too long ago with Frisco, has hit a postseason home run, and he's a big-time prospect. There you. What do you? Okay, I didn't know your microphone was down there, but that's just what happens.
Well,
4-0.
We're giving away tickets to see Charlie Barron's. 869-1240. Caller number 1. He is here a week from Thursday. And you don't know much about him. I thought you followed the comedy world.
I do, but I don't know every comedian. And I'll do my homework. He's kind of a Midwestern guy, I think, upper Midwest perhaps. And I'll figure it out. I'll see what he's got.
It'd be nice if you would. I mean, we care about these people. They're coming to Wichita. They're coming to entertain our people.
We're happy. We're happy to have him.
We are happy to have Charlie Barron's. By the way, Charlie Barron's young guy. He's 36 years old.
Okay.
Says he's an American journalist, comedian, and creator of Manitowoc Minute. Whatever that is.
Manitowoc. That's the town that is that Wisconsin?
He grew up in Elm Grove and New Berlin in Wisconsin. A graduate of Marquette. Studied broadcast journalism at the University of Wisconsin. Started his career on MTV News.
No, he didn't.
What do you mean, no, he
still
didn't?
exists? I thought that went away like 40 years ago.
That he started his career there.
Well, how old is he? 36, you said?
He started there very early in his life.
Okay.
He was part of the CBS Sports Network to do a game show on CBS Sports Network. And he's gone more toward the comedy thing. Married a former Miss Wisconsin in 2015, but they divorced.
Oh.
I'm sure he's upset about that.
I would be. I'm upset for
your
him.
wife's as beautiful as anyone.
Never entered a pageant, though, so I don't know how she would have fared.
How would she have fared?
Not well.
Well, now, why do you say that?
Oh, that's funny.
Why would you say that?
Just messing around.
She won't like that.
She's not an extroverted person. She wouldn't have done well on
Neither are you.
On the
two of you together is like, dare I say, watching a fly go up a drape.
Well, I've heard that was enjoyable.
I've had more fun painting a wall than I've had.
You don't like hanging out with us?
Oh, that's
when have you ever painted anything?
That is good stuff, my friends.
It's not great.
No, it's pretty good. It's pretty darn good. And I'm expecting a desk to be delivered here today at some point, although the communication is not great.
I'm sorry to hear that. I thought it was yesterday.
Hanging. So the desk needs to get delivered. I need to start figuring out what to do with all that's accumulated in this particular room over the past 15 years. And we need to get Jabara's carpet outlet. If you're listening there at Jabara's, you want to give me a discount, 869-1240.
Oh, really?
Of course not.
Well, I can take some of my stuff.
I love the Jabara's folks. I've dealt with them several times. They were involved in the construction of our Leslie Rudd Learning Center with some flooring and things like that.
Well, they're a reputable, local, long-standing organization.
So we're going to put some new carpet down here. We may look at what. Although I like this retro paneling.
You do?
Yeah, we painted the paneling out in the other room, and it looks fantastic. It modernized that room. But I think I'm going to leave this.
Yeah, this would be too hard because you'd have to get everything out of here and.
Well, it's going to offset the desk I got, too. I got a lighter colored desk with the idea that it'll kind of be aesthetically pleasing.
Okay.
Those are things I look at.
Well, I'm going to take some of my stuff today.
What stuff do you have?
Like my old school stuff.
What old school stuff?
There's some in there. My wife wants it, so I'm going to let her go through that.
Well, it's about time you took it.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Get it out of my house.
Okay. I don't know why she wants it, but she does.
Why does she want it?
She said it. She likes knowing about me before I knew her.
Well, there wasn't. Again.
It's a whole lot. I was
Again.
very talented.
Let me say
creative.
Again. Shannon, if you're listening, if you've watched a fly go up a drape, that's about what you got.
You didn't like my first grade stories and report cards?
Not really.
That was about it when I peaked as a student.
So Jake got the tickets to see the comedian, Charles Behrens, who will be on this show tomorrow at 2:45. We'll also make some picks, including the Cowboys and 49ers.
It's a big one.
Game of the week. And Dallas isn't a big underdog in that game. And I'm kind of wondering why. Do you have any thoughts?
I think people think highly of their offense. They've put up some points this year. Even without Diggs, their defense has been pretty good. They laid an egg against the Cardinals. It's hard to figure out.
That's a 3.5-point line, and I see a clean sweep for the 49ers. I would be shocked.
Where's that game?
If any, in San Francisco. I would be shocked if any of us have the wherewithal to pick.
Well, now you got me wanting to do that.
To pick Dallas. Kansas City on the road at Minnesota, a 3.5-point favorite.
Yes, that's interesting.
You know, back in the day, I was thinking about this when, way back, at least 30 years ago, maybe longer, when we used to pick games at the Wichita Eagle every week, and we entered and we paid a little money and whatever, and
you're not supposed to admit that.
Somebody won it, whatever. And Gary Carr organized it. And and we didn't go by any line. We just picked the winners.
Yeah.
And you almost always pick the home teams. And almost always the home teams won.
It's not so much like that anymore.
It is not like that. I wonder what happened.
Well, that parity thing. No one's good, so why would anyone really be that good at home if you're not good overall?
But you'd be better at home than you would be on the road.
I mean, you would think.
That used to be a substantial thing. Like to pick a road team was almost.
Yeah, but I don't really understand why.
You'd get 15 games a week, and you'd maybe pick one or two road teams.
Well, in football, why are teams better at home?
Or
why should they be?
Well, the comfort of their surroundings.
But it's 100 yards. You know, it's not like baseball where the dimensions are different.
They're just comfortable. They're going into the locker room that they're in every day. There's a comfort level to it. They got the fans cheering for them and loud and obnoxious. Fans make a big difference in football.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you asked me yesterday, by the way, the game of the week in high school. We had, what was it? Goddard and Andover Central?
Yeah. No, Goddard and somebody good and Goddard.
Yeah, but the game of the week.
No, it's not, but it wasn't Andover Central. Get it right, man.
Are you sure? Goddard and May South?
There you go.
Yeah, that was it. That's a good one. The game of the week, though, at least on paper, we'll see how it turns out, Collegiate Andale.
I don't think you can call that the game of the week.
Why? They're both undefeated.
Collegiate has not risen to that level. If that's your game of the week at Channel 12, and no, nothing against
Which
Collegiate.
game are you more intrigued by?
Not that one.
Really?
Definitely May South Goddard.
Really? You're not intrigued to see how
Definitely
Collegiate.
Cape and Carroll.
What if it was Goddard, May South, next week going up against Cheney Andale, which would be your game of the week then.
I don't believe anybody can stay with Andale.
Even Cheney?
No. 3
Cheney's
touchdowns.
been dominant.
3 touchdowns.
Maybe. Last year was 49-0.
Why are we trying to predict here? We couldn't do it in baseball. What are we doing?
Well, because Andale hasn't lost in 900 years.
They'll play the game, and then we'll see. This is what it's all about.
No, Andale hasn't lost since the Eisenhower administration. So that's why we can kind of forecast that over.
Well, listen, I like Cheney, but I've got to see it before I'm going to predict it. So if you gave me a line on collegiate Andale, now the fact that they'll likely play again in the playoffs, Andale may withhold some things, may not show the whole offensive package. I don't know. And I'm not trying to sell collegiate short because they have a good team, obviously. But Andale's going to win that game.
Have you ever heard a stat like the one I put on Twitter?
Didn't see it.
They scored 85 points last week. Their leading rusher had 1 carry. Have you ever heard of anything like that?
Well, they probably chose that game against Nickerson as a way to play some younger kids.
Right. They had a bunch of guys get carries. No one got more than 3, and they threw 2 passes.
Which at some point, if you play football at Andale and you only get these few games to play, now they get more because they're in the playoffs deep every year. So they get 13 games potentially.
14, I think it ends up.
I think
being.
it's 13. So
I thought they were 14-0 last year.
well, no, they play 8 games in the regular season, and then they have 4 playoff games, right?
Well, then that's 12.
Or 5 playoff games. Certainly don't have 6. But anyway, what was I saying?
But they have
When you have a precious few games to play, and you're in a point where where Dylan Schmidt and that coaching staff are, where they have to pull off the dogs at some point.
Well, I'm not saying they absolutely pulled off the dogs. They ran 21 plays in that game and scored 11, 12 touchdowns, whatever
That's
it is.
Ridiculous. Texas, by the way, again, not patting myself on the back, but
not wanting to say I told you so,
they're
but
up 4-0 and
we
have
told you
2
so.
runners on with no out.
Yeah, the game's over,
Zach Eflin.
I said.
Zach Eflin, they're almost leaving him out there to take the brunt of it. They used their bullpen quite a bit yesterday, so they really don't have much recourse.
Feel bad for Tampa. They started 27-6 this year. Everyone thought they'd just steamroll. They didn't even win the division.
Well, they started 14-0 or something like that.
Yeah, we
That's
buried
better
them.
than 27-6.
We buried them last year in the playoffs.
Yeah,
and
you got 1 run against them.
Oh, we scored.
And 1-0 or whatever it was. See, you didn't bury anybody.
Well, we won 2 games.
The Cleveland Guardians couldn't.
We scored 3 runs.
They couldn't bury treasure. You know?
Adolis Garcia hits the ball hard. I want him
Well, you can't have him
on my team. They don't have room.
He's not a free agent.
He's going to get traded.
He's not getting traded.
Oh, we'll deal for him. They don't have room
You're
for him
so
out there.
desperate for a hitter.
Oh, I'd love him.
Well, we'll trade you.
You don't have any hitters.
What about Brendan Donovan?
Yeah, we'll take him. Not sure where we'd put him, but we'll take him.
What about Lars Nootbaar?
Perhaps. He hits left. Is he a switch hitter?
No, he's a left-handed
Yeah,
hitter.
that's what I thought. So I don't know. We need him.
You made a trade in fantasy, and our friend Shannon Great raked you over the coals for it.
What did he say?
Said you gave up. You basically made my team. You did give me Patrick Mahomes, but I also dealt you a couple of good running backs and a good wide receiver. Didn't
You
I?
gave me 1 running back, a quarterback, and a receiver.
Yeah, Madison.
I upgraded a running back and receiver and got Stroud for Mahomes. I don't see what the big deal is.
Well, I don't know if I made a good trade or not.
Well, I tried to help you.
No, you didn't. You tried to help you.
Well, I tried to help you too, and I think.
I think you tried to help you.
What did Shannon Great say? I don't think Shannon Great knows what he's talking about.
Well, I don't know how much Jerome Ford is going to help me. Although right now he's the 15th ranked running back. Tank Dell is the 24th ranked wide receiver, and Cole Kmet is the 3rd ranked tight end.
And Patrick Mahomes is what? 3rd, 4th?
He's only 8th.
Eh.
And I got every running back I have is in their bye week.
Every player in fantasy football is on a bye this week, it seems like. It's insane.
I don't have Kenneth Walker, and I don't have Austin Eckler, and Austin Eckler has been on the field for exactly 2 games.
I thought it was just one.
Maybe one. I don't know.
I thought he got hurt in the first game.
The kid's got to get healthy. If I can put him and Eckler and Walker in the same backfield with Mahomes, maybe I get to the playoffs.
And Breece Hall in your flex spot, perhaps?
Maybe.
Yeah, your team's fine. And my team's better.
My wide receivers now could use some help. Although I've got Tank Dell, Jerry Jeudy, Gabe Davis, and Jacoby Myers. That's not terrible. It's not great. I don't have a marquee wide receiver.
Not yet.
And who cares? Who really cares about fantasy football?
Well, I think I made a great trade. You trade from depth, and you improve your roster. What's Shannon Great saying now?
Oh, it's my friend Ted Woodward.
Well, what's he got?
Well, I'll show you. Ted appreciates me. There's what he sent me in the text.
I hate him.
He's laughing hysterically.
He must be. He's not heard you say that the other 6,000 times?
It doesn't matter. Rickles said it every time he was on television, and it's just hilarious. It's in the delivery.
I know. His is pretty good.
I've got a good delivery.
It's all right.
I do okay. I grew up with Rickles. I can.
So did I. You made me watch him every time he was on.
I did call you in, and you never acted like you wanted to be there.
Well, I don't. I'm a complex person.
Well, I don't know why. When my dad called me in to listen to the Cardinals, I ran in there. I couldn't wait.
Well, you know what? Now.
And you know what? That's one of the great things. I'll talk about that next.
You know what? Now I love Don Rickles, so I guess you did your job.
I'm going to take a break. Come back and tell you what that was all about.
Okay.
After this, as we hearken and reminisce on a Wednesday edition of the Bob and Jeff Show, Andrew Fry back in the studio producing and engineering. We'll be back.
.97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Traffic is rolling accident-free throughout the metro area this afternoon. No accidents, no major tie-ups. Traffic update from 98.7 and 1330 KNSS. I'm Dan O'Neill.
Traffic brought to you by Brett's Injury Law, who you need when you're in need.
I'm Matt Bretz from Brett's Injury Law. For over 30 years, we've helped those who've been injured in car, truck, and motorcycle wrecks, slip and fall accidents, and as a result of dangerous and defective products. We have recovered over $300 million for our clients all over the state of Kansas, throughout the country, and literally around the world. We have years of success helping people just like you. We know how important your case is, and we will give it the personal attention you deserve. If you've been injured, call us today at 316-266-4111. Brett's Injury Law, who you need when you're in need.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day, and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry, with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get ready to start the NFL week off right, because right now all customers can get a no-sweat same-game parlay for Thursday night football. Just place a 3-leg same-game parlay on this week's game between the Bears and the Commanders, and you'll get bonus bets back if you don't win. NFL same-game parlays are the perfect way to combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payday. Build your own or choose from one of the popular SGPs pre-built for you in FanDuel's top-rated sportsbook app. Visit FanDuel.com/Lutz so you don't miss out on your chance to get a no-sweat same-game parlay on America's #1 sportsbook, FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. 21 plus and present in Kansas. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max refund $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino LLC. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com.
My serve.
The choices we make affect the moments we live. That's why who you choose for health insurance doesn't really matter. Until you really need it. With Medicare Advantage from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas, you'll know that no matter which moment you choose, we've got you covered. On and off the pickleball court. So the moment there's an ouch or whoopsie, we'll be there with a wow and whew whenever you need us. With more coverage options than ever and more reasons to love your plan, like premiums starting at $0, dental, vision and hearing coverage, and an allowance toward approved over-the-counter items, the choice is simple. Medicare Advantage from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas. Call 888-565-4199 or visit bcbsks.com/enroll now. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas offers Medicare Advantage PPO plans. Enrollment dependent on contract renewal. Not connected with or endorsed by the U.S. government or the federal Medicare program.
Listen up, Wichita. Dropkick Murphys with the Interrupters and Jesse Ahern coming live to the Wave. Don't miss it. Wednesday, October 4th. Tickets are on sale now at waveict.com. Grab yours today. Performing live, Dropkick Murphys with the Interrupters and Jesse Ahern. Wednesday, October 4th. Tickets are on sale now at waveict.com. Grab yours today. You don't want to miss it. That's October 4th at the Wave. Tickets at waveict.com. Be there.
Hey everyone, this is Richard Deitch, and I host the sports media, the Richard Deitch Podcast. What can you expect from this podcast? Well, each week I'll have interviews and in-depth conversations with the people who bring you the sports you love, as well as roundtables with sports media reporters about television, digital, audio, radio, print, and other forms of media. If you are interested in sports broadcasting and how you watch, listen, and read about the games you love, listen on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Buffalo is a frisky home dog. I'm Joe Ostrowski here to help you beat the books with BetQL. Central Michigan visits Buffalo this weekend, and the Bulls are a short 3-point home underdog. There is not much faith in a Buffalo team that's off to a 1-4 start, but the BetQL model likes the Bulls getting the points. BetQL has Buffalo +3 as a 5-star best bet. I'm Joe Ostrowski. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL and BetMGM apps today.
At Granger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call quickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
With your words like knives and swords and weapons that you use against me, you have knocked me off my feet again. Got me feeling like a nothing, you. With your voice like nails on a chalkboard, calling me out when I'm wounded.
All right, a little more Taylor Swift for you as we play her music on the show this week. This is called Mean.
Sure is.
A lot of fans being mean to Taylor Swift and to Travis Kelce, and I don't get it, but I get a lot of things. 869-1240, that is the IHOP hotline. I started to talk about that whatever I was talking about. It kind of, I'll get to it later.
You don't want to talk about it anymore?
My dad used to listen to the Cardinals all the time, and slowly but surely I was drawn to that. And here we are, many, many, many years later. And that love that I gained for the Cardinals because I listened to games with my father is still as strong as ever.
Good.
Yeah, it is good.
It is good.
Traitor.
Yeah, I'm a traitor.
Well, you are.
That's not really.
Well, you could make the case.
Just that, we've talked about this many times.
Shocker, men's basketball schedule has been updated with game times and television. Here's what's interesting to me. In the American in recent years, their television window often meant that the Shockers were going to get started at 8, sometimes even 9 o'clock. They still have some 8 p.m. games, but they're cut down. There are only 4 of those on their schedule this year, 2 of them at home, which is great. Nobody wants to have a college basketball game starting at 8 o'clock.
No, it's tough.
Not if you want to go to the arena. If you want to watch it on TV, it's more excusable, but people like getting to the arena. And they're going to start the bulk of their games, the home games, if they're not in the late morning or afternoon, they're going to be tipping at 6 or 6:30 p.m.
That's beautiful. It's lovely. I don't know how that works and what strings have to be pulled to make that happen, but good stuff.
They got a lot of afternoon games, especially on the weekends. Nobody plays on Saturday nights anymore. That used to be the thing. Saturday night college basketball.
Yeah, I'm sure
nobody plays on Saturday.
There's a lot of TV games early on Saturdays. Big games. CBS has them. ESPN has them.
So the Shockers have a Saturday, November 25th game against Norfolk State that starts at 6 o'clock in the evening. So that is an evening game. They have a Saturday, December 9th game against South Dakota State at Intrust Bank Arena. That starts at 6 o'clock, and there's no television for that.
Really?
Which shocks me.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Can't even get that on ESPN+.
I don't get it. We'll have to ask Kevin Saul about that the next time he's on the show.
Here's the real conflict in Wichita State's men's basketball schedule. My birthday, we usually go out to Kobe's. That's the K-State game this year.
We're not going to go out to Kobe's.
So do we go on my birthday?
No.
Well, when do we go?
You go on either the day before or the day after.
Well, the day after doesn't make any sense.
Oh, so you go the day before. Yeah. Nobody's going to want to. Listen, I want to see that game.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'd rather celebrate me, but
my wife and I would politely decline.
Really? I want Debbie to text me that she won't be at my birthday if it's on my birthday. I want to hear that from her.
But she has to have the information that Wichita State plays K-State.
Well, she's listening.
I'll have her
I assume. No, I want to hear her I want to hear that from her.
She will.
Sorry, Jeff. I will not be there on the 21st.
That's all you got to say.
Yes.
She'll cut you cold, man.
She might be the only one who did show up.
No one else would.
Well, I know Debbie.
Your family wouldn't. They're K-Staters.
Yeah, my wife doesn't care about K-State basketball.
Your daughter might. She's going to K-State, last I heard.
Well, I don't know where she's going.
Isn't that still on the radar?
Of course, but no decision has been made.
What's it down to?
I don't know. I think K-State right now is kind of the only candidate. I don't know why she just hasn't pulled the trigger, but it's her decision. It's her life.
Can we get 3 hats and line them up and
I'm good with that.
Do a party?
I don't know if these fashion schools have hats, but
I'll get a hat. Of course they have hats. They're fashion schools. You think a fashion school's not going to have a hat?
They might not have a ball cap. They might have something a little more schwanky.
Well, that's fine. Let's get it. Wichita State, Kansas. On the 30th of December, a 3 p.m. start on ESPN2. Memphis in town to play the Shockers on January 14th. That's a Sunday and a noon tip.
So what time is the K-State game?
The K-State game's at 7:30.
Oh, we could do that.
I am not about
6 o'clock.
No, I'm not about to go out there. That's a 2-hour thing. I don't want to miss.
It's not a 2-hour thing.
I don't
It's
want
an
to miss
hour
the
at the
first half
most.
of the first half. I'm not doing it.
You won't miss it.
I don't like it. That's a Thursday.
Yes.
Uh,
Seems like my birthday's on Thursday every year.
I don't like it. Don't like it at all. What are the other attractive home games? North Texas. That's the first American Athletic Conference game of the season. They are here on Thursday, January 4th, 8 p.m. That's one of the 2 8 p.m. starts.
Where's my Florida Atlantic game?
Florida Atlantic is not visiting Wichita.
I don't think that's right.
They're here Sunday, February 11th, an 11 o'clock tip on ESPN2.
That'll be fun.
11 o'clock in the morning on February 11th.
You know what? Neither of us went to a game last year. Do you think they'll give us passes again?
I don't know. They probably would me.
Okay, well, enjoy it.
Well, I'm just giving you the honest.
But you haven't been to a game in 20 years.
They probably would me.
Well, you're not going to go.
Well, with these earlier game times, I might. And if I can, we got some new people out there. If I can entice them to maybe give me a spot a little bit closer to the media entrance at my advanced stage. If you're listening, Shockers, let's
You're talking to Weston Pletcher, maybe.
Weston Pletcher, I go all the way up to the very top.
Kevin Saul.
No, Rick Muma.
No, really.
If you're listening, President Muma.
Is there anybody above President? Is there?
Sure, the Board of Regents.
I bet they're listening.
I mean, I'll do whatever I need to do. And that sounds terrible to actually say out loud, but I don't want to walk 1,000,000 miles.
It's tough.
And nobody does. I get it. And parking for Shocker basketball, we don't like to walk in the community, but it's a difficult walk from near the plane crash memorial over to the media entrance.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a long
far.
walk.
It's far. You have to cut corners, walk across the berm and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not a berm walker at this stage of life.
No.
I don't like berms. Just give me a nice, easy, leisurely walk.
Especially when it's really cold.
Yeah, and it's cold during basketball season.
A lot of it is, yes.
Texas piling it on Tampa. Now 6-0 in the top of the sixth. It's over for your Rays. I don't know of a Rays fan, but I certainly admire their body of work. But Texas is legit.
Well, they can hit, and they'll always hit.
Well, and they can pitch.
I don't know that.
Look what they've done here.
Okay, yes.
Their starter yesterday pitched 7 shutout innings. Their starter today has 5 shutout innings.
Okay, but Evaldi has been awful down the stretch post-injury. If he gets back to what he was, then yeah, Texas is going to be extremely difficult to beat.
I've told you. I've told you.
You told me.
They're good.
They're fine.
They're a good baseball team, and they got a lot of things. And the fans in Tampa Bay look dejected.
Well, I get it. I'd be dejected too.
Tough. It's tough to go into that and lose your first 2. I had it last year. Cardinals had a lead going into the 8th. Very difficult.
Seager and Simeon they're just beasts.
All right, Andrew, time for a break. When we come back, we will have some NFL to talk about. This is a Wednesday edition of the Bob and Jeff Show on KFH.
.97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Traffic is rolling accident-free throughout the metro area this afternoon. No accidents, no major tie-ups. Traffic update from 98.7 and 1330 KNSS. I'm Dan O'Neill.
What's on Tap is brought to you by Twin Peaks. East at 21st and Rock, west at Ridge and Taft.
Save 11% on your next exterior project at Menards. Keep your home looking clean and beautiful with Dutch Boy paints. DuraClean paint provides a weather-resistant coating with crack and fade resistance. Get a gallon starting at $32.89 after rebate. Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Good through October 8th. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Every morning, there's a difficult decision to make. Which Spangles breakfast bowl are you going to pick? There's the sausage bowl or the bacon bowl, both with country-style gravy, or the Fiesta bowl with salsa, cheese, and jalapenos, or the pancake bowl with sausage. Pick up a breakfast bowl when you're on the go. Spangles, where breakfast just tastes better.
Spangles tastiness in 4 different varieties. Forget cold cereal and start your day hot and fresh with a Spangles breakfast bowl.
Spangles, it just tastes better.
It's that time again. Fall. Leaves changing colors, sweaters, and the Spangles Caramel Pumpkin Pie Slide.
We start with a whole slice of real pumpkin pie. Layer it with our creamy vanilla soft serve and top it off with Ghirardelli sea salt caramel.
So come in and try the Caramel Pumpkin Pie Slide and make it your new out-of-the-ordinary pumpkin treat. Because just like fall, it's only here for a limited time.
Spangles Caramel Pumpkin Pie Slide. It just tastes better.
Listen up, Wichita. Dropkick Murphys with the Interrupters and Jesse Ahern coming live to the Wave. Don't miss it. Wednesday, October 4th. Tickets are on sale now at WaveICT.com. Grab yours today. Performing live, Dropkick Murphys with the Interrupters and Jesse Ahern. Wednesday, October 4th. Tickets are on sale now at WaveICT.com. Grab yours today. You don't want to miss it. That's October 4th at the Wave. Tickets at WaveICT.com. Be there.
Shocktoberfest is coming to Wichita State University. Join the Shocker community October 2nd through the 8th for fall events, including Woo Shock's 75th birthday party, a parade, concerts, alumni gatherings, and Shocker athletic events. The festival culminates at Charles Koch Arena for Wichita State basketball's free-to-attend Shocker Madness event, featuring a performance by Tech 9. Learn more about the week's full calendar of festivities at wichita.edu/Shocktoberfest.
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 550-0000.
Okay, everyone, gather round. It's time for corny jokes about passing the torch.
The team at Kirian's Welding was fused together solid.
Thanks for all the late nights and early shifts.
But double retirements mean the crew must bond with some certified new hires.
You've both gone the extra millimeter.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You're all set with your new Navien water heater.
I can't wait to take a shower without running out of hot water. I'm just gonna love my Navien tankless water heater. I just want to say
Oh, no need to say that, ma'am. You'll always love Navien's high efficiency that will save you money on gas bills compared to other water heaters.
I love how I have more space with its wall-hanging design. Please let me say
Nope, sorry, miss. I know you appreciate it, but I can't let you say it.
Why not?
Because with Navien, it's a tankless job.
How long you been waiting to use that?
You'd be surprised.
Find a Navien installer near you at tanklessmadesimple.com.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Call in and give us your thoughts.
It's absolutely crazy.
316-869-1240. This is your home for sports. 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Laugh Out Loud Funny, Bob and Tom. Mornings on 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is the Bob and Jeff Show on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Working part-time, waiting tables, left a small town, never looked back.
All right, Taylor Swift music. Absolutely. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm a Taylor Swift fan, but every song I've heard sounds really good.
We haven't done anything from a recent album.
Mine.
We need some recent Taylor Swift.
Well, Andrew's getting to it.
When?
Don't worry about it.
We had one song. We had one song from the Lover album, which was 3 albums ago. We don't have anything from Midnights.
The next 2 days will be filled with more contemporary Taylor Swift music. Andrew's told me that. I've guided him through this process.
Not much from...
We talk every day.
Well, that's what I'm looking for.
I deal with Andrew. You handle what you handle.
You deal with Andrew, huh? I'm sure he's happy to hear that.
I take care of Andrew.
Oh, now it's take care of.
Well, I deal with him.
You deal with him.
Whatever I need to do with Andrew, I do it.
Well, let's hear some Midnights. Let's hear some Betty Cardigan. Let's hear some of that stuff.
I am working to get my fantasy team back on track.
What are you doing now?
I don't know. There's no one available.
No.
Jameson Williams going to play for the Lions this week, but I'm sure somebody has him.
Somebody does have him.
Why do we do this 12-team league?
Well, because you couldn't figure out how to make it a 10-team league.
I did lose track of that. And I didn't want to say no to people.
Well, of course not. They showed up.
Right.
To Side Pockets.
And we got 11 really good people.
And who's not? Duda?
I wonder if we'll hear from Duda tomorrow.
I doubt it. He seems checked out.
I wonder if he has checked out.
Of course. He's barely checked in when he's here.
Now, why do you say that about our good friend Jason Duda?
Let's just be honest. I think he'd say the same thing.
No, he wouldn't.
He wouldn't?
He gives it an effort.
An effort?
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you to identify. I'm going to give you the team, and you're going to rate 1 to 10, with 10 being the most disappointing. How disappointing these teams are.
Okay.
We'll start in the AFC, New England.
Are you defining disappointing as not meeting expectations, or
no? Just whatever your interpretation of disappointing.
I had no hope for New England, so I'm going to put them at a 4.
New York Jets.
New York Jets lost their quarterback. We'll see if Zach Wilson can truly improve. I don't think they're disappointing. I've got them at a 3.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
They're probably an 8 or a 9.
Man, that's all?
You wanted them to be a 10?
Yeah, I would think. What do you have to do to be a 10?
Well, we don't know that Joe Burrow's healthy.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, they suck. 9.
Really?
Yeah.
They're 2-2.
Yeah, but they're bad.
The Tennessee Titans, who just blitzed. Who'd they blitz?
They blitzed Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Also, 4.
The Los Angeles Chargers.
The Oklahoma State of the NFL. 5.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
1.
They're not disappointing.
No, they're terrible. What's
the Denver Broncos?
3.
Oh my God!
No,
they're completely disappointing.
They were never going to be good.
They're completely disappointing. The New York Giants.
5.
They were in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, but they've
been outscored by 76 points.
They got Daniel Jones. Can you believe he got paid?
The Minnesota Vikings.
They're a 7.
One of the best teams in the league last year.
Yeah, but
they're 1-3.
That was smoke and mirrors last year.
The Chicago Bears.
4.
I thought they'd take a step forward. And they've gone
they're
straight back.
They are in the conversation for worst organization in sports.
The Carolina Panthers.
No, we need to see what Bryce Young is, so I'm going to put them at a 1 or a 2.
And that's about it. I don't know. The Arizona Cardinals aren't disappointing. I'm shocked they won a game.
They've been in most of their
shocked
games.
They won their game against Dallas. I don't get it.
Well, they've been competitive. What's their scoring differential?
They're minus 14. Yeah,
that's not bad at all.
Okay in their games. They lost by 4 to the Commanders, by 3 to the Giants, and by 19 to the best team in the NFL, in my opinion, the San Francisco 49ers.
That's probably it.
We'll see if the 49ers make me look good against Dallas on Sunday.
Well, it's not really about you.
No, it's about me.
But I think a lot of people are going to pick the 49ers, not only to win, but to also win by more than a field goal.
So there'll be a time when you start to have the discussion about the 49ers. Can they run the table? Especially if they get
when are we
going
to start that?
Then they have Cleveland, the Vikings, the Bengals, the Jaguars, the Buccaneers. All not slam dunk games. This is not that easy of a schedule. The Seahawks, the Eagles, the Seahawks, the Cardinals, the Ravens, and the Commanders.
Yeah, that team's not going undefeated. Let's be real.
I don't know that they'll go undefeated, but they certainly have the look of a 15-2.
What are they going to do when Christian McCaffrey gets hurt?
He's not going to get hurt.
He gets hurt every
protect
year.
Him. They're not using him to the point where he's a lock to get hurt. I think they're doing a good job of preserving him.
Maybe.
No, not maybe. Again, these are facts.
We don't know that. You can put a guy on ice for the whole week and preserve him, but that doesn't mean he's not going to get hurt.
He's played 4 games. He's carried the ball 80 times.
That's 20 carries. How many receptions?
He's good.
How many receptions?
He's caught the ball 18 times.
So basically 25 touches. That's not really preservation.
He's a tough guy. And he's right now he's the MVP.
He is?
Yes.
Over Josh Allen?
He's the MVP, Christian McCaffrey. Of course he is.
All right.
He's averaging 115 yards rushing per game. He's averaging 5.7 yards per carry. And he's caught the football 18 times for 141 yards and 1 touchdown.
Running backs, there aren't any good ones anymore. There are a few. Your guy, Devin Achane, he's averaging 11 yards a carry. You dropped him from your fantasy team.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that, but he wasn't. He disappeared on me.
But every other time I look at a box score, it's like 15 for 53
I got Walker and
17
I got
for 49.
I could get some mileage out of those guys. Both are on bye weeks, which is irritating.
Why don't you trade Eckler and see if you can get a couple 3 pieces for him?
Well, what do you give me for Eckler?
Yeah, well, I'll have to figure it out.
Who are your running backs?
Well, I just traded you most of them. We got David Montgomery. I
don't know. I might see if Costner will give me Achane and someone else for Eckler.
Well, it could be a decent trade.
I might propose something. We'll
have
see.
at it.
I don't want to talk about fantasy football.
Okay, I don't either.
I'm terrible. I got a bad team, and that's just the way it is. All right, tomorrow on the show, Charlie Barron's comedian will be with us at 2:45. We'll make picks with Jason Duda and Max Power. David Ubben from The Athletic, one of their national college football writers. And let's just say right here, this is Andrew's last day with us, Andrew Fry, who's been producing and engineering for the past 8 days. He'll probably come back in when Max needs a little respite. But Max is a workhorse, and we just want to say to Andrew, and Andrew, turn your mic on. Tell the people. Get with the people here. We want to thank you for all your hard work these past 8 days on the show.
Does he know mic on?
Why do you keep insulting
Just
Andrew?
asking. These are tough production elements.
I don't know if he knows how to turn the mic on.
Max pushes like 9 buttons to turn his
It
mic
takes.
on.
You'd think you'd just hit a button.
You would think.
And that you'd be ready to go. But that's apparently not how this works in the new world of technicalities.
Yeah, I don't think Andrew's there yet.
I
He was
don't know.
told he's not going to have
He
to
may
talk
have
on
gone
the air.
home. For all I know.
Perhaps.
Or he's perhaps too shy.
I don't know.
Or
well, talk in our ear at least, Andrew. Can you do that and say no thanks? Or
Andrew, are you there? He doesn't want to be on the air. There you go. That's a guy I like. Not here for the limelight.
Aren't you a little disappointed that he turned you down, though?
When you talked to him, he said, nah.
Okay.
No, I don't want to do that Jeff thing. But we appreciate Andrew.
I thought maybe he could have just said, well, we'll see you guys. Or
it's okay. He doesn't
All right.
want to be on the air.
Okay.
He operates in that world. There are people who like to be behind the scenes, which is really, and then there are people like me who like to be in front of the scene.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what you are.
No scene. I'd rather just.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't.
I'd rather tear down the scenery.
You don't really have a role.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
On that note, we will bid you adieu. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for listening. See you then.